Hey traders, Control the Trade here. Jonathan with Control the Trade here. I wanted to go live. I've never really gone live at this time. It's about 9:43 a.m. Eastern time, and a few of these stocks were brought to my attention today, which are APOP, APOP, which I already took some profits in the morning on. And let's take a look at that one real quick. So you can see that I have Fibonacci retracements already set up here. 586 was important for a minute there. We spiked it, and then this is the opening candle. This is pre-market here. So this is our opening candle at 9:30. Remember, I'm looking at 10-minute charts. A lot of people that are trading these are using 1-minute charts, so I should probably change to that to take a look, but I like to look at this from a longer term perspective. I've already gotten rid of about 80% of my position here. I want to see if we get a bounce here down at the low of this candle here, pre-market, which I usually don't use pre-market as an indicator, but when you have this much volume pre-market, it becomes relevant, I think. Look at that, spiked right into 506, 505, right? 506 still, and we got a bounce. I missed the bounce. Now it doesn't look like a strong bounce here. You also have the 20-period moving average on the extended hours chart. I need to take a look at what the moving average is on the regular chart without extended hours, because usually that'll be more respected. But that was pretty interesting timing there. If I'm looking at my phone here, let me just pull this up so I can get an idea. You got to move fast on these things or you can get really crushed. Thankfully my buy-in was down here at 482. It was about the low of this candle here. That is amazing that it bounced off 506 though. So that means my Fibonacci retracements were pretty accurate, at least, or in concert with the rest of the market and whoever else is trading this. But again, that was not a good bounce though. So if you close, I'd say if we close below 518 or 530, let's say 530. If we close this 10-minute candle below 530, then it's looking pretty bearish. Then we're probably going to see lower prices. We might make a run down here. We might make a run all the way down to maybe my buy-in price, 483. So I don't like this anymore. I'd probably dump this and kind of reevaluate. Even though it hit my low, it just looks really ugly. The volume's starting to trail off slightly. I mean, it's still it's only 9:45. I usually don't recommend honestly trading till after 9:45 because you need to get kind of a beat on what the market and what the chart's doing, so you can kind of get some tape on there, get an idea, get some puzzle pieces. Otherwise, you're just guessing. So we need to establish some kind of pattern here to start, versus just jumping in and hoping that you get a rocket ride. All right, so let's see. We looked at APOP, and then the other one that was brought to my attention here. Oh, something just happened. Did I get filled? Yeah, I just sold some ORF. Let's look at ORF. That's a great segue. Just got filled on ORF. Right below, I got filled at 1825. I'll take that. It was only a partial position sell. You can see this one's also respecting the Fibonacci retracements that were posted yesterday, that were charted yesterday. 1854 was the next level. Looks like it got front run here. 1845 is the high. And check out my video on YouTube on ORPH as we're looking at this ORPH. I don't know why this is moving. It doesn't really matter as long as it is moving. I'm just looking at the charts. It doesn't matter what the ticker is. Doesn't matter what they do. Just need to show up to the party, take our profits, and leave. And I was joking with my friend yesterday. These kind of stocks like ORPH, like I want to get there to the party. I don't need to be the first one there, and I don't need to be the last one there. I don't need to be there when the cops come and then they flush us out. That's what happened here. So once you get FOMO and you think, oh my God, this is going to the moon, I can just hold this and I'll be at 50, then this move happens and it destroys your entire morning. I mean, it takes all your profit away. Who wants that? So I'd rather pocket profit, get base hits. Throwing a baseball analogy here, I'd rather have a bunch of base hits. I'd rather not be, the Rob Deere of Major League Baseball. I'm trying to think of other guys like that tons of home runs, they strike out. Let's be a Chiro here. Let's just get on base constantly, over and over again. Let's be Tony Gwynn. Let's be Derek Jeters. That's how we make money. Not swinging for the fences. Especially in trading, because you don't really get, it's a little different than baseball. You don't get as many second chances. You could get wiped out if you do the wrong move. I'm sure a lot of you know that. Let's see, what else is popping here? ISUN. This one looks super duper manipulated. And I was talking to my friend also. I said if this holds 1227, then it's not so bad, but that is a really terrible opening candle, so I would stay far away from this one. I don't like it at all right here. It looks like it looked great pre-market, and then this candle happened at the open, so not a big fan. Again, gotta be really careful with these types of tickers. Short leash all the way. So APOP. What happened with APOP? Let's go back. Did we respect 506? Still respecting it somewhat. 530 was the number we talked about that it's going to have to hold, which is the low of this 10-minute candle here, and we have 1 minute left on the clock here for that to hold. And you can see it's fighting. 527, 529. Still looks pretty ugly. Short leash on this one. There we go. What was that? That was another alert. SAVA. Another good segue. SAVA was on my list. If you've been following me, I've been talking about SAVA since it was like $3. If you go on Twitter, search Control the Trade plus SAVA, you'll see all my tweets on it. This thing's been a beast. Defying logic. It's crazy. But it looks super bullish right now. I'm imagining, I haven't checked the short float in a while, but last time I checked it was pretty high, and that's what you're seeing here. You're probably seeing a squeeze, you're seeing FOMO buying. I think this even got into the meme stock realm at one point. So you can kind of visually see that here. We have a lot of runway up to 101.50, which I find to be an important number that was put on the chart a while ago. We also have the high of this candle here, which is 90, and 87.95 is the close. So it wouldn't surprise me if SAVA takes another little rocket right here, that 87.95 to 90 would be resistance. You know what? Look at that. We were close. We ran to up to 87 the other day. So we have a nice pattern going here. We're on a great uptrend. We're above the 20 period moving average. We're well above the 50 period moving average, which is the red line. So everything looks good with SAVA, because SAVA Sciences. Let's go back to ORF, where we took some profit, and we still have a small position. And are we respecting the Fibonacci? The low is 1680, Fibonacci 1688. And these numbers were put up yesterday, these Fibonacci retracements. So I think they're still relevant today. They probably could adjust them slightly, but let's just leave them how they are. They're more of a guide. I don't use them and say, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen in trading, but they're definitely more of a guide, like support and resistance zones. So if you add, take a Fibonacci retracement here, you couple that with a moving average or the low of another candle, and you have a pretty nice high probability of creating support. So the support here would be 1661, which we just broke as I'm talking about it. So if this candle, this 10-minute candle, does close below that candle, this one's not looking so good anymore. But that's okay. Like, that's why I took profit. Like, you don't take profit here. You're sitting here holding, and you go from green to red. Who the heck wants it? Who wants that? It's not what we're trading here. We're not trading to be right. We're trading to make money. It's fun being right, but that got me into so much trouble in the past, and I'm done trying to be cute and get things to the penny and ride things and hope I get grand slams. Again, remember, we're a Chiro here. We're Jeter. Okay, we're not Rob Deere. We're not even Mark McGuire. Going down. Who's like a modern guy that's hitting home run bombs and striking out a lot? I don't even know. If you know and there's comments up, which I don't even see on YouTube right now, let me know. Whoa, look at that move. That's unexpected. So now we have the low of this candle here, 15.59. But that, that's what I shouldn't say it's unexpected. These are manipulated stocks. So I mean, someone's out there flushing these things and playing with everybody. So that's why you have to make sure that you're on the right. You're not on any team. You're just kind of riding the wave here and riding it the right way, and not getting knocked around by the big boys. One that just popped up on my radar. I'm gonna chill on ORF for a second. Thankfully, I sold some of it. Still looks decent though, but I'm not gonna pay attention to it much more here. Okay, GTEC just is coming down to some important moving average. Let's see what happens there. I think that's my alert for it right now. I know that's ISUN. Gotta set alerts, guys. By the way, you need to have alerts set so you can. You know when things are moving. The stuff that you're watching is moving. There's no volume on this thing, but it just dipped into some of the important moving averages on the daily chart. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's nothing happening with this manipulated stock. Look at this. The volume and then nothing. That was a pretty ugly gap and crap there. Alright, that one's nothing's happened with GTEC. SSYS was the other one I was talking about. And this is actually a real company with, I think, a pretty high short float. Let's take a look at this one. Not much volume going on this. This one had a nice run here too, a nice short squeeze. We're trying to recover. A couple of my important numbers down here. It's hard to see, but you have a Fibonacci, an old one down here, 2155, and then my important number is 2197, if you can see that. So I think, you know, right above that you have the 20 period moving average 2270, and the 200 period, really important, moving average 2312. I'm going to set some alerts around those areas. Okay, just set those alerts. Because if we start popping above these moving averages, this suddenly becomes a very bullish stock. You even have the 50 period, all these moving averages are converging here. 2216, anything over 2225, we're going to start moving up towards that 200. It's going to become magnetic, and the 20 is definitely going to be magnetic at 2270. But we got to get back above 22. You got to recapture 22. Let's look at a weekly. Look at this crazy weekly chart. Get the A leg up here, possibly reversal candle here, B leg down, and we're kind of chilling and consolidating. Are we going to pop up, or are we going to continue down? That's kind of where we're at right now. We're teetering on the 50-week moving average here at 2192, which almost coincides with my important number of 2197. That number's probably been on the chart for 2 years now. Stocks like to revisit former breakdown and breakout areas. That's how I learned to chart. So when we can identify important areas that are magnetic on the charts, that the algos like to go back to, that people's psychology will go back to, if we can find those numbers that the stock revisits over and over, you have a little bit of an edge there. You have a little higher probability trades that you're making. You can see $30 is another level, and you can see how that's been important. We broke down, we gapped over 30, and we have not been able to close above 30. So that's definitely important, resistance. So what you'd expect, you want, the bull case, you want to start closing above these moving averages and starting to break through 30, and then you can get another short squeeze. That's a ways away. You can see back here what happened when we broke 30 though. It's pretty interesting, right? Once we started closing above 30, look at that. Rocket ride. No coincidence. Those lines are important. There is some predictability in trading and looking at the charts, if you can identify the right things. Let's see what ORPH is up to. And I'll wrap this up soon because I want to get back to focusing on trading. Let me fix my drawing. I usually don't leave extended hours on, but with these stocks I think it's important to be aware. $16.61, 1636. So we don't want to close below the low of this candle here. We have 4 minutes left on the 10-minute chart here. Still looking decent. I don't love this one again, like I said. Volume's still kind of strong though. It's tapering down like you'd expect. APOP is teetering. 530. Look at that. Remember we said 530? The close is 530. The low, 530. So we're still teetering right there. But as long as we stay above 506 on these closes, we could get a move like this. Get a little move up, down, and then we find support. Whoops. And then we consolidate. As long as we can consolidate within this candle here, even though this is pre-market, I'm not going to put a lot of stock into that candle, but there was some good volume on it. So more likely we need to stay above the low of this candle, which is 530. And work within this candle. If we can't do that, then lower prices are definitely coming. Let's set an alert just to make sure we don't get blindsided here. I don't think we looked at Alpha yet. Alpha I've been talking about a lot lately too. Look at the daily chart, looks really good. There was a couple halts yesterday. Daily chart's looking really nice. Not a lot of volume yet on this one, but it's looking good. I probably need to get some Fibonacci's going on this chart. I haven't done that yet. So I don't really have any good numbers for you. We knew 560 was important though. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. I like to use the 4-hour chart for good long-term day trade support, so long-term, short-term. And you have a nice, beautiful bull flag pattern going here in consolidation, which usually will result in a move higher. We know 560 is important. That's kind of our line in the sand here. So right now we're just going to be trading within this range, probably chopping around. So keep an eye on that one. Set your alerts. I think I'm going to wrap this. Oh, look at that SSYS with the move. Beautiful. Look at this 4-hour chart. Tells a nice story. Got to get above this huge red candle right here. That's market hours. The white is market hours. That is a nice move out of the doldrums here. Huge volume in here. This could be our little reversal candle here. We're going to run into the 200 period moving average most likely, right below it on the 10-minute chart, unless we can get a little more momentum going. But I love this one above 22. Which leads me to edit. Another one that feels the same as SSYS. Oh, my chart's looking weird today. Sorry about this, guys. Yeesh. Look at that crazy chart. You think that was a short squeeze? So 3110 is kind of my line in the sand here. You can see that's the breakout area. And that line was drawn a long time ago as well. I remember trading this back when it was in the low teens. Nice move right here out of the gate. So this one's definitely super bullish still, coming out of a bearish pattern. I like it. I usually don't recommend things on like swing trades and longer term trades because usually this channel is meant for day trades, but I like edit as a swing or kind of a short term hold because I think the risk reward on it is amazing. We'll take a look at ORPH and wrap it up. Close at 16.14. Not looking so good for ORPH. Volume is drying up too. So it's still, it looks good out of the gate though. We still are going to trade off of this candle here. But it's teetering. It did this yesterday too. It had a similar move yesterday where it started to go up, looked like it was going to break out, and then it had one or two really ugly red candles in a row, and then just broke out of nowhere. So just have to set our alerts and be aware of this one. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing and liking my videos. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out either through Twitter. You can leave it in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. If there's anything that you want clarification on or anything you disagree with, please leave constructive comments. I love the feedback, and I'm happy to help chart any tickers that you're curious about. Please like and subscribe, like I said, and remember, don't let the trade control you.